the odds that the children and the family members and the viewers of yours of this show themselves being a victim of crime at the hands of these people, it grows every day. Being a victim of crime in general is going to grow every day.
With over 80,000 known gang members, Los Angeles is the hotbed of gang violence. Former U.S. prosecutor and radio personality Kevin James has become an activist, fighting the menace of gangs in L.A. He became even more assertive when he discovered the lack of concern among L.A.'s city council.
I was appalled. I couldn't believe that in a public comment section of the hearing, the city council meeting, that a family whose son had been slain under those circumstances, number one, that every city council member wasn't there, and number two, that they didn't have not only the undivided attention of the city council members, but any attention of the city council members. And when I saw that, I went and grabbed a public comment card and filled one out and turned one in, and I went up there and just let loose on them.
And I was going to wait and see what Mr. and Mrs. Shaw had to say, but when I walked in and saw what looked like to me to be social hour here, you know, I've never been here. I've never been to the city council before. That's my fault. I'll be coming more often. And to watch the absolute willingness to ignore what you're being told around you. And I hear Mr. Garcetti say, "Oh, we're listening. We've got speakers up here. We're listening." No, you're not. You're not listening. We're going to do the best thing we can to make sure that you all listen.
And so he was there when the Public Safety Committee discussed the proposed changes to Special Order 40. The chairman, Jack Weiss, set up specific rules to be fair.
Comment. And I'm going to give approximately a half hour to each side in this issue to make their public comments. I know we have...
Once again, Kevin James was shocked and incredulous as Chairman Weiss showed his obvious bias.
And I took my watch off and stood up in the hearing and said to Councilmember Weiss, "Councilmember, if you need to borrow my watch, I have it right here for you." Because he had been very strict on our time, the people that were in favor of the Zine motion, and only after that did Weiss start to seem to implement some type of time warning.
The discussion revolved around the need to modify Special Order 40, LAPD's policy that avoids enforcing immigration laws in Los Angeles. The man who wrote Special Order 40, Chief DARYL Gates, was there to explain how distorted his policy has become.
Built into Special Order is the part that if somebody violates the law, when an officer brings them in, the first thing they're supposed to do is notify immigration if they believe that they're undocumented. That's in the Special Order 40. But somewhere it was lost. Never, ever, ever was Special Order 40 designed, written to keep law enforcement from enforcing the law against the criminal. Never once.
Why does Special Order 40 need to be changed? Does it protect criminals? It's been around since 1979. What's wrong with it?
It has been used as a political shield, a political tool for the illegal alien supporters and their lobby to hide behind, to, just as you described, protect the criminals from law enforcement. And because if you read Special Order 40, this was a point I was making during the hearing on Zine's motion. There's a difference between Special Order 40, the way it's written, and the way it's applied. It's being applied on the street to protect the illegal alien gang member. It's not written to do so. So you have this parade of LAPD brass saying, no, Special Order 40 is fine just as it is. The problem is with its application and not with its language.
Kevin James gave an example of how Special Order 40 is being abused.
Let's say the cop testifies in the trial and the gang member is an illegal alien and he's deported. He's deported. And the policeman sees him on the street 2 months later. and the policeman knows he was previously deported. Now that's a felonious reentry. Because with Special Order 40, the cop can't go grab him off the street for felonious reentry. He's got to wait for him to burglarize another house, rape another woman, kill another innocent American. That's why it's so asinine, this tool, Special Order 40.
According to Kevin James, those who want to limit law enforcement from pursuing illegal immigrants overwhelmingly bring up the race issue to silence their adversaries.
Their claim that anyone who wants to prosecute crimes against illegal alien gang members are racists. Now, illegal alien is not a race. It is a legal status. If it is a gang that the member is a United States citizen, then we have to deal with that person differently than a gang member who's an illegal alien. Not because they're a gang member per se, but because of their legal status in this country. There is a difference between an illegal alien and a citizen.
And so we asked Kevin James to describe what he has learned about the way the politicians in Los Angeles deal with this issue.
But they take all of this gang intervention and prevention money, and they funnel it into these gang programs, so-called gang intervention and prevention programs. Well, who do they have running these gang intervention and prevention programs? Unfortunately, they're being run by former gang members. Now, there's maybe a bit of an oxymoron there between the word former and gang member. Do I believe some get out of the gang for good and make good out of their life? Sure. But there's a large number of them, and some of them have been even proud in talking about it, that don't really get out of the gangs, but they get into these gang intervention and prevention programs to get the taxpayer dollars. And we're talking about millions and millions of dollars. And they have all this money, and all this money is being funneled to them, and they're continuing their gang activity. In other words, real taxpayers paying through their local taxes are funneling money directly into the pockets of gangs.
We want to know what you, the viewers, think. Do you think it's a good idea to use our tax dollars to hire gang members? Please let us know what you think and leave your comments below.